nonplussed by this. I like to throw in a big word. Nonplussed by this. Goes, that's an interesting act you have there. What do you call yourself? And they say, the Aristocrats.
Hello and welcome to the Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast, episode 158. 1972 is the year. June is the month. What is the date? I don't remember. You know what I do? Oh, R.I.P. Gilbert Gottfried, which is what that whole thing was about. He was annoying as fuck and obnoxious with his voice, but sometimes he was funny. Usually by just going way too far, like the Aristocrats joke. If you know the joke, you know what I'm talking about. All right. June 9th. June 9th. Charlotte, North Carolina. No, it's not, because Dad said it was Buffalo. It's not Buffalo. We have Buffalo, thanks to Dogs of Doom. It's a shitty tape, but we have Buffalo. We have a master recording, audience recording of Led Zeppelin, June 9th, 1972, Charlotte, North Carolina. 1972 is, of course, a year where they are on fire. Robert's voice is still able to do things in the proper register a good part of the time, although the squeaks and breaks are coming in. He's still got that force. He's still got that immigrant song voice, as you could hear on How the West Was Won, which is June 1972. This is Charlotte, and I don't know much about this show because I had prepped and listened to Brussels 72 all last night, getting ready to listening to it and getting up with commentary and things that I could add and contribute. And then I looked through the spreadsheet that wonderful patron David made me, and I saw that I had done Brussels 1972 a couple years ago. So I said, shit. And I grabbed the next, well, not the next, because there were probably several, but I grabbed a decent sounding audience recording that I hadn't covered before. Charlotte, great show. And we're running with this. So, diddly diddly dee. So I don't have a hell of a lot prepared. Do you ever, Mark? Ha 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 ha. Sometimes. This was going to be one of those times. Sober, fed, glass of water by my side, ready to discuss the finer points of Led Zeppelin in the summer of 1972. As they're crossing that equatorial meridian from audience darlings to rock gods. They are not touring in support of anything. They're just touring. They're recording Houses of the Holy. Some songs are put together, some songs are not. But Houses of the Holy isn't coming out for another year. But I think just a couple days before this, they were Electric Ladyland in New York, working on No Quarter. So God bless them for touring and touring and touring. So what are we listening to, Mark? Well, first, let me give you the set list so that if you'd like, you can download this master recording. The lineage is as follows. Master, 3 generations of digital audio tape, to wave, to, look at all that stuff, 1644. And then they bitmapped it and upped it to 4816. Did they? Doesn't look like it. I don't know. Says they did. Alrighty. Shall we hop ahead? Shall we hop ahead? What do I have to say? Nothing other than I had the whole Brussels thing all good to go. And I had to go yikes and grab this like immediately. Now, it's Led Zeppelin. It's 1972. And I haven't read you the set list. Isn't that wonderful? I read you the lineage, not the set list. Yay, Mark. All right, here's the set list. Standard 72 set list. Immigrant Song, Heartbreaker, Celebration Day, not one they did a lot on this tour, Black Dog, Since I've Been Loving You, Stairway, Going to California, That's the Way, Tangerine, and the Bron-Y-Aur Stomp, Dazed and Confused, What Is and What Should Never Be, Moby Dick, Whole Lotta Love, without the big long medleys. Robert says something in the show about having to catch a plane, so they cut Whole Lotta Love a little short. Kind of like in 1975. Then communication breakdown. Quick, fast, final. Encore. So, what are we going to hear, folks? Well, we are going to hear... I raised the volume on these tracks by 4.1 decibels. Because the recording, although very good and very clear, is a bit quiet and distant. Nothing wrong with that. It's got plenty of bass once they get going. But I just boosted it a little to give it a little more oomph. That's all. Just the amplitude, just the volume. Nothing with any of the frequencies or EQing. Just straight up raw, turned up a little bit. So the volume disparity between my voice and the recording won't be so jarring. They're about the same with the recording being just a touch lower, which I'm sure you guys are fine with. So let's jump in to the rarely played on this tour, Celebration Day, with a lovely solo by Mr. James Patrick Page. Enjoy, friends. June 9th. June 9th!
It's called Celebration Day. She's quick and smart on the field that she's behind. As long as it is soon, everybody's gonna know. But all this is summer shower, she'll be with us who are losing, and she wonders if their days are few, and soon they'll have to go.
that was lovely. Not quite the nice, tight 1973 Song Remains the Same arrangement, but also not the double neck, a little bit out there, eclectic 1971 tour, Japanese tour version either. Still good. I like that song a lot. You know what else I like? I like you, dear listener. No, I do like you, but that wasn't what I was going for. I'm dying from allergies. 'Tis this time of year, rather. Zyrtec and Allegra on board, and I'm still, me and everybody else, in Oregon are suffering, or almost everybody. All the good people are. So forgive me. I'm not here just ripping fat bong rips and coughing. This is just straight up the pollen in the air. The pollen in the air. The sunlight in your hair tells me that I am allergic to you. Hey, let's move along. I'll stop singing this song because you don't want me to. You're here to listen to Led Zeppelin, and that's not what you're getting. So we'd best stop. There you go. Mark Donahue original, off the cuff. I am oozing creativity. At least I hope that's what it is. All right, friendos. Thanks. What I have next is I have merged all of the songs from the acoustic set into one 25-minute track. You will hear it in its entirety without interruption, giving you a smoother experience. And you can actually immerse yourself. Close your eyes. And I'll kiss you tomorrow. I'll miss you. Close your eyes and just be at that concert. The good thing about master and very low generation recordings, audience recordings, are oftentimes what they do in cases like this is, of course, they bring the taper and everybody immediately around the taper into really, 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 really sharp, clear focus. And you can hear, and I've said this phrase before, the meat of the palms of their hands as they clap. You can hear it. Not just the tick-tick of the concussion of it, but the meat. There's an organic, what is the word, viable? Biological nature to the sound that you lose in higher generation recordings. You lose a little bit of the clarity, a little bit of the sharpness of that sound. And of course that manifests in losing some clarity from the instruments as well. But when you have a master recording like this, the dudes that are holding the tape recorder and who are, 8 inches away from the mic are going to, of course, come in much, much, much better than the band that may be, dozens or hundreds of feet away. Here endeth the lesson of the obvious. All right, I'm just saying that because at the end of Celebration Day, you could hear the dudes clapping, and it's like, nice. Are they even alive? That's 50 years ago. 50 years ago. And hearing that enthusiasm from those kids who are now, what do we call the mid-60s, since we're close to that? Is it old? Are you old in your 60s yet, or are you still in late middle age? Asking for a friend. Anyway, whatever they are now, they may not even be alive. After 50 years, people die. So if they are alive, I hope they are. What's the taper's name? Let me... RB was the guy who transferred it. Darren M is where we get the files. Who's the taper? Do we know? Taped by and taping gear unknown. Well, thank you, RB, for transferring it at least. Putting it into circulation. You did a good job. Danke. All right, let's get to this acoustic set, and the songs in this acoustic set, which you will hear, are, thank God there's no Battle of Evermore, because it's not 77. What you will hear is Going to California, That's the Way, Tangerine, and a very nice, extended Bron-Y-Aur Stomp. About 25 minutes worth of pure acoustic gold in the middle of this wonderful concert. Can you imagine seeing these guys this year? I mean, in June 72, you could see Zeppelin at their arguable peak. You could go see the Stones touring for Exile on Main Street at their arguable peak. Mick Taylor and Keith, still on top of his game. You could go see Pink Floyd. In 1972, I think they were still doing weird-ass shit. But you could still see them. Get to hear echoes, at least. Maybe some proto-Dark Side. You could see Yes. Touring for the Yes album, or Fragile. My God. Everybody. Right at the top of their game. Jesus. Mary and Joseph. The Who. I don't know if they were touring in 72, but it would be a good time to see them, sandwiched between Who's Next and the upcoming Quadrophenia. Great album, great album. Been listening to a lot of Who lately, appreciating Pete Townshend's genius. What's this have to do with the acoustic set, Mark? Nothing. All right, here's your precious acoustic set. Enjoy.
15 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, that just means, they do a couple of folk songs.
Spend my days with a woman unkind, smoke my stuff and drank all my wine. Made up my mind, make a new start, going to California with an aching in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair. I think I saw about one. My chances on a big jet plane, never let them tell you that we're all the same. Oh, the sea was red and the sky was gray. I wondered how tomorrow could ever follow today. The mountains and the canyons start to tremble and shake. Children of the sun begin to awake. You know that. It seems like the heart of the heart's got a punch on the nose and it's starting to flow. I think I might be sinking. Throw me a line if I'm reaching in time. I see you up there with the pavement spinning round. Ooh, find the queen without a king. They say she plays guitar and cries and sings. She sings about California too. Ride a white mare in the footsteps of dawn, trying to find a woman who's never, never, never been gone. Standing on a hill in the mountain of dreams, telling myself it's not as hard, hard, hard as it seems. Ooh, it's hard. Terribly hard. Don't know how I'm gonna do what Mama told me. My friend, the boy next door. I can't believe what people say. Don't let your hair hang down, wow, wow. Satisfied to sit here working all day long. You're in the dark side of town. What you doing, what you doing, what you doing there? I know. When I'm out, I see you walking. Why don't your eyes see me? Could it be you found another game to play? But what did Mama say to me? Oh, that's the way. I don't think so. right, and I know full well she's wrong. Oh, oh, now. Yesterday I saw you standing by the river. I burned those tears that filled your eyes. And all the fish that lay in dirty water dying, had they got you hypnotized. I'll be singing this song when there's nothing left. Yesterday I saw you kissing tiny flowers, but all it lives is born to die. And so I said to you that nothing really matters, no, no, but all you do is stand and cry. I know, I know, I know, I know. Don't know what to say about it when half your ears have turned away. But now's the time to look and look again at what you see. Is that the way I ought to stay? That's the way. Mama said that's the way it ought to stay. I don't think so. Oh no, no, no. Ain't right. It ain't right. It's not right. This is when you're in a faraway place You've been to some good places in England and things like Glastonbury, around where King Arthur once led his bands, or whatever he did. I don't think he had bands. It's good to think of it. So every night we've got to do this one. It's about as close as you can get when you're in New York. Measuring the summer's day, I only find it slips away to gray. As the day, tangerine, tangerine, living reflection of a dream. I was her love, she was my queen, and now 1,000 years thinking how it used to be. Does she still remember times like these? Think of us again, and I do, yeah. Living reflection of a dream. I was her love, she was my queen, and now 1,000 years between. That's right.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping they'll get better. They look like they're kind of drunk or something, you know.
You don't think they're good?
Huh?
You don't think they're good?
Oh, they're pretty good, but I hope they'll get better. They are much better than this.
We introduce Eamon.
We'll put that on the record.
It's not that bad, really,
They
man.
play acoustics last time.
Our percussionist is here to join
It's
us
the
in
first
the
time they've
vocal.
ever done it on a tour.
John Bonham's going to sing. Hang on a minute, listen up, that's distorted, man. Just a minor problem. Please don't go away or fall asleep again. All I'd rather just to keep my baby happy. You can join us on this one. what we choose is always right, so fine. Oh, baby, love be so strong when so many loves go wrong. Will that love go on and on and on and on and on and on? There's a walk down the country, but you sing a song, maybe call your name. In the rivers, in the trees, in Mother Nature, about you and me. Lonely, long, come on now, ain't too far. There's friends all around the world, ain't no companion like a blue-eyed girl. Come on now, well let me tell y'all what you're messing around these brick walls. Yeah, of one thing I am sure, it's a friendship so pure, and you're singing all around my door so fine. Yeah, it's my one thing to do, spend my natural life with you. You're the finest dog I knew, so fine. And when you're old and your eyes are dim, ain't no old shit gonna happen again. We'll still go walking down country lanes. I'll sing the same old song, you may call your name. Yeah.
Doesn't look like it. Hey, back up, give me some light.
Wasn't that nice? It's nice to hear the whole set, rather than me jumping in and out and breaking the flow with like, and that was, as you know, Going to California, a song off of Led Zeppelin 4, written in honor of and in reference to Joni Mitchell. Instead, you get to listen to the whole thing, and that was Jimmy singing harmony for Tangerine, and Bonzo singing harmony for Bron-Y-Aur Stomp. There you go. All your questions will be answered. All your fears will be allayed. Step right up, step right up. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook under the name Heart of Markness. We have a lovely Facebook group that I talk about every week because it's nice and full of nice people. You are welcome to go there. It's chill. Everybody's awesome. People who know about Led Zeppelin deeply are there and can answer questions or just shoot the shit with you and talk Led Zeppelin or just any other classic rock. It's a nice place to hang out, and no one's an asshole. That's neat. YouTube is, well, YouTube, and Twitter is where I am on Twitter. We can figure that out. You can also reach me at mark@heartofmarkness.com if you want to contact me. I also have a website, heartofmarkness.com, which is where I put the links to the shows that I cover. For example, tonight I will be posting this show, so you'll be able to go to heartofmarkness.com and grab this show in its entirety, that whole set list I read you, for free, because that's how this works. I got it free, you get it free, everybody shares it for free, because it's music. Pretty neato, huh? And if you like what I do, and you like how I do it, and you're of a mind and of the means too, I invite you to go to patreon.com/heartofmarkness, or hit the Patreon banner at heartofmarkness.com when you're there downloading the show, and see if there's something there that may interest you. The current patrons of this mighty podcast, the titans upon whose shoulders rests this mighty and humble podcast, are as follows. Jeff from Canada, Glyn, Stephen, George, Big Ed, Kenny, John from West Footscray, Picard, Knegarn, Chris, Rob from Melbourne, Australia, Wayne, Brad, Danielle, Tracy, David, Bonzo, Billy, and Mimo. Thank you, my dear, dear friends. I hope you like what I'm doing, because you're helping me do it. Help pay the hosting charges for all these sites. Equipment like this microphone. Thank you guys. You make it possible. It really, 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 really makes a difference in my life. And I love you for it. And thank you. And now, back to our show. Back to our show where we are going to play what? Communication Breakdown. Yeah. We're going to finish up with the quick communication breakdown that these guys bang out before they got to catch a plane to wherever they were going next. And where were they going? Buffalo. And it was 1972, so I imagine, yeah, they had to leave and catch a plane. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, our last song of the night. Next week, I just downloaded a Them Crooked Vultures show from Quebec, I believe, 2010. So I haven't listened to it yet, but if it's decent, there's a good chance I will feature that next week, because it's a fucking amazing band. Man, Jonesy, Josh Home, I can't remember, shit, and Dave Grohl. It's too bad about the Foo Fighters, man. I mean, I was never a huge Foo Fighters fan, but everybody's a Dave Grohl fan, and that was a fun band, and it was a positive force. It was a force for good in the world. Sorry, Taylor. Rest in peace, Taylor. Too many people dying. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, communication breakdown. Hey, babe, watch what you're doing. I liked that. I liked the end on Robert. No, 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 no. I liked it. Robert Plant is touring with Alison Krauss this summer. I may go. They're playing, not in Portland, but they're playing in Troutdale and somewhere else. Bend, maybe. Edgewood stuff. Well, you wouldn't know that because you're not local. Sorry. I love Robert's album with Allison. You know, it has nothing to do with Led Zeppelin, but just as music, listened independent, which is kind of how he rolls. He's always all about what he's doing now. Really good. Allison and the band make him control his voice perfectly, because in order to have those harmonies, you got to be dead on in tune and not boogieing off on your own, you know, doing Suck It or the like. And I enjoy it. I mean, it is what it is. It's NPR music. It's music for a Starbucks, but it's beautiful music for a Starbucks, impeccably performed. And the harmonies are undeniably gorgeous. So, maybe, are you going to see him if you can? He's touring with Saving Grace now in the UK, and Dave Lewis says it's kind of like a British Alison Krauss kind of thing with, oh my God, I knew her name until I said Saving Grace. Whoever he's singing with in Saving Grace. Shit, I'm sorry, I apologize. Fell right out of my head. Sarah something? I don't know. Anyways, Dave Lewis gives it a big thumbs up. So, he's still out there. He's in his 70s. Not going to be many more tours. So, if you haven't seen Robert Plant, maybe take the time to see Robert Plant, even though you'll primarily be doing it just to say you've seen Robert Plant. It will still be an enjoyable show. He puts on a great show. You know, he's an older man now, but he's still putting out top shelf content. Blessings be to Robert Plant. All right, you fucks. I'm done. Sorry if I've been a little off. Maybe I wasn't. I felt off because I was looking forward to doing this when I came home. It's like, yay, I'm going to do this. And it's like, I've already done this show. So it just kind of put a damper on it and forced me to kind of hustle and not be as ready as far as like, what happened on this day was Jimmy had a ham sandwich, which was unusual. Instead, it's not like, here's this fucking song. Next. So that's how I feel. So I apologize. I'll be more fun the next time. Maybe. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I will endeavor to be back this weekend with a classic rock episode. I have a nice Mike Millard, Joe Walsh concert from 1981 that I have already all queued up with the songs selected and everything. Maybe I'll do that. Or maybe I'll do something else. I don't know. But I do plan on being here this weekend, at least Saturday night. So maybe I can get that done. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening. And please be good to yourselves and each other. And I'll talk to you soon.